Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a quick beer review. Is green still great? We're going to find out. This is the one that started it all for me on my hazy beer journey. This is the one and only green from Treehouse Brewing, Charlton, Massachusetts. Beer comes courtesy of my man Kelly. I appreciate you. This beer changed my life. This beer was my favorite beer of all time for a long, long time. So 7.5% alcohol by volume. It is an American IPA. It is Galaxy hopped. I am worried because I have said throughout the last 2 to 3 years, Galaxy hops have been shit lately. So I don't know if this beer is still going to be that good. And if it's not that good, I'm going to blame the hop. I'm not going to blame Treehouse. So canned on May 2nd, I think it says. So a month in the can, time of recording. This is about where I would like to drink green. I used to let my green can sit for I'm stoked on that packaging. Used to let my green cans sit 3 to 4 weeks every time I'd get them and drink them. So we are using the Treehouse green glassware because I figure that's the proper use of glassware. We're going to give ourselves the best opportunity at success here. The Our So-and-so beer is still great. It's a little series of things I do, videos where I drink beers that I used to love and see if I still love them years later. I remember the first time I had this beer was March 31st, 2015. And the beer blew my mind. It's crazy. So I've reviewed this multiple times. There's been cans that I haven't loved. I had an oxidized bottle the first time they ever bottled it. I've had a fun journey with green. I've done blind battle beers with green. I used to absolutely love this beer. So it looks how I remember. It's just a vibrant kind of pineapple juice, finger and a half of bright white head. So far, so good. This can is sat out for about 10 minutes. Let's smell it. This is very yeasty bubblegummy, but it's not explosively I remember green being pineapple and like tons and tons of orange and grapefruit. This is more kind of just like that Treehouse yeasty fruit stripe. What is that? It's like maybe like guava. It smells juicy. It just doesn't smell like crazy explosive. There is pineapple, like it's tropical for sure. But yeah, I think I smell, it's weird to say it, I think I smell more of the yeast character than the hop character. I love like that, the fruit stripe bubblegum thing. I think that just is so, like it's just vintage Treehouse to me. Like that's the first time I ever smelled that was in this beer. I remember green being very herbaceous, like it was the first time I smelled basil in beer. I don't smell that. But it smells candied. It smells like candied guava, like tropical for sure. But this is maybe just because beers, I mean, I've had so many hazy beers over the year now, and so many people are doing like insanely hoppy, like hazy beers. It doesn't smell bad by any means. It just doesn't have like that crazy like green pop that I remember. It smells good though. Let's go taste. Kelly, cheers. It's crazy. This is so much more flavor forward on the palate than it is on the nose. And this has a nice herbaceous bite. There's like this green, basil-y, almost like, I noticed this in another Treehouse beer. It almost has like a spearminty thing, but it's pithy on the middle of your tongue. It's like grapefruit zest, orange peel. I like that. Did green always have that? I don't know. That yeasty bubblegum thing is there. This is much more bitter than I remember, and I'm not mad at that. I've said in several videos over the past few years that these days with hazy beers, I like hazy beer that tastes like beer, not just juice. And this definitely is not juice. This has a nice, pithy, zesty, like pink grapefruit thing, middle of your tongue that goes down to the sides of your tongue. And it lingers. It stays there the entire time. Finishes with a nice like sourdough bread sweetness. That herbaceous thing lingers on the back of your tongue. I just think that a little bit of the tropical notes that you're smelling, like the pineapple and the guava, I think it gets a little lost in that bitterness. Just nitpicking this beer. This still is a really good beer. Is this beer still great? Like, I don't think I can't say, yeah, this beer is still fucking great. I drank Haze and I was like, dude, Haze is still really fucking good. Green is still good, but I don't think Green is still really fucking good anymore. But again, I think it's Galaxy hops. I wonder, like, does Treehouse take a note out of Russian River's playbook and change things up a little bit? Vinny had mentioned with Pliny over the years, he's changed some things. I don't know if he changed the hops specifically, but maybe he changed some malts. Who knows? Maybe Nate decides to start brewing green with, maybe we do like a peacherine version of green, since peacherine seems to be so consistent, so good these days. Or do it with like Mosaic, or do it with more Citra and Amarillo. I don't know. Galaxy for some reason I have not been a fan of Galaxy, and it's been some time now. I just think it can be overly harsh. Sometimes I get like the burnt rubber thing from it. This is like very bitter on my tongue, which I don't mind. I just think it's masking all like that tropical fruit that could be there that you're smelling. So green is still like, this is still a fine beer. I don't think this can of green is great. It's not. But that's not to say this beer can't still be great. If they can figure out Galaxy and get it back to what Galaxy was 9 years ago, like, let's fucking go. So I'm wondering your guys' thoughts on green these days. I mean, this is an enjoyable beer. I'll have no problem drinking this. But would I buy like cases of green like I always dreamt of doing back in 2015? No, I would not buy cases of green. So wondering your guys' thoughts on this one. So that is it. I appreciate you guys watching. See you soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.